Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8. This might just be the one for you, the perfect one out of the three, right? The S8, the S8 Plus, and the S8 Ultra. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, first things first, I'm gonna try to make this video as not specs intense as I normally would. So we will focus a lot more on the user experience. If you're in the market and you don't really care for specs, you just kind of want to hear which one is gonna be the best for you, I think this is the video for you to watch. Now, the disclaimer here is, by the way, I'm not necessarily biased. I like all three of them. I have the S8, I have the S8 Plus, and the S8 Plus is back there, and I have the S8 Ultra, which is right here. So I'm talking to you in terms of I have used all three, and this is what I think most people would go for. I think most people would go for the S8, and it's better for most people to go for the S8 because it offers you kind of a balanced approach as far as which tablet is which productivity tablet is the best for the layman or the average person, right? Let's start off with the size. This is an 11 inches tablet, right? So an 11 inches display, and that's the same display that we saw in the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7. And a lot of people appreciated that size, right? Because it's not too bulky in a way where you can't just lay in bed and watch, you know, a movie or whatever the case may be as you would. Look at the Ultra. If you were laying on your back and having this or watching a movie or whatever, or playing a game, and let's say it slip off your hand and landed on your head, you would probably be making a trip to the ER, right? This guy here is just the perfect size, I would say, out of the three. You can travel with this. It's super portable. Sure, I have large hands and I can look, you know, I can make it look like a big phone, but it is very, very portable. You can just drop it in your backpack if that's what you have. You could drop it in your suitcase, whatever the case may be. I have friends who are able to put this in their blouse, friends in residency who are doctors, who can drop this in their blouse. I just don't know how big those pockets are. So you can actually manage to whip this thing around without any issues, right? Because portability is just something going for this tablet. And you're doing this by sacrificing a very tiny amount of, you know, other advantages that you would have with the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus and the S8 Ultra. The S Pen, for example, the latency on the S Pen here on the Galaxy Tab S8 is a little bit lower than what you have on the S8 Plus and the S8 Ultra, which stand at 2.8 milliseconds, right? That was wicked fast. But that doesn't mean with this one, when you're writing down, you are able to see a lag or see the drag, right? When you use this, latency here is still very, very much minimized in a way where even when you're taking down notes on the Galaxy Tab S8, you don't notice that lag. It's still just that good. And by the way, if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel, of course. I'm certainly hoping that you're enjoying the content so far, which, if you are, truly appreciate it. Please do me a favor. Hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate it. All right, so let's get back to this here. Beyond that, you're essentially able to do anything you would be able to do on the S8 and the S8 Ultra with this pen, right? You're able to take down notes, able to draw, able to, you know, write animated messages, able to take screenshots and write over them, all of that good stuff, able to sign documents. You can do all of that on here. So when it comes down to performance, it's the same chipset, right? So computational value, sure, when you have sizes, depending on how big or how thick it is, you know, depending of the amount of how cool it can get on one size versus the other, that would then improve, you know, computational value or performance and all that good stuff. But that's all, you know, we can minimize all of that. That is all negligible. The bottom line is this: you get offered pretty much the same stuff you have over there with some very slight differences here and there that the average person may not necessarily consider to be a big deal, right? Sure, here you have a TFT display, right? With the S8 Ultra and the S8 Plus, you do have the Super AMOLED display, but the TFT display on here is so very well built. And I love to use this expression, very well calibrated, right? Because you would have a TFT display on something like the A7 here. I don't know why I happen to have this one sitting here, but you would have a TFT display on something like the A7 or I don't know, the S6 Lite that may not be as well calibrated as it is the case with this guy here. When you use this, sure, it's not an AMOLED display, but picture quality is so sharp, so crisp, right? Colors are super vibrant. You won't get the extremely black and extremely red that you would get on an AMOLED display, but that's simply because OLED displays are OLED displays. They are, you know, built differently. But this guy here, when you're watching movies, entertainment is top notch. It is very, very good. And a lot of people even like this when it comes down to entertainment, because if they don't happen to have a controller, they can simply use the tablet as the controller, and it's very portable where they could just have both of their hands here and be able to just do gaming on here without any issue. So you have people who would actually like some of the stuff found on the S8 and the S8 Plus to be transferred over here simply because they prefer the size, despite the fact that, you know, you have additional stuff on the larger tablets. When it comes down to camera is very good on here, especially for a tablet. Generally, I would say if you're looking to take the best pictures you can, go ahead and use your phone. The phone that you have right now is likely going to take better pictures, depending on the phone, obviously, take better pictures than what you would on the tablet. But if you happen to just have this tablet, and wanted to take pictures with it, you would be able to pull in some pretty nice shots because the camera is good. Again, not the same one in terms of the front-facing camera, not the same one you would find on the S8 Ultra that actually comes with 2 cameras, but here it's very good. You know, for you to be able to do Zoom calls, you know, co-workers, you can communicate with them that way. Your teacher, if you're a student, you can see them, they can see you. Very good quality camera for video calling. Now, the main camera, of course, good quality in terms of taking pictures and videos. Again, for a tablet, I'm not saying it's the best quality you can find it, but this is top, you know, this is high up there when it comes down to tablet. Now, let's go ahead and talk performance without necessarily touching, you know, specs. When it comes down to performance, this is the best you can get right now. When it comes to the Android market, this is simply one of the best you can get right now. Again, it shares the same chipset as the other two, so you don't really you're not missing anything that is found on the other one when it comes down to performance. Accessibility, Samsung DeX, all of that good stuff, you are able to use this the same way you would with the other ones. If you have the keyboard, if you have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 keyboard or the new one, the Tab S8 keyboard, the slim keyboard, you can simply prop this up and be able to use it as a small computer, but because it's so powerful, it feels like a computer if you're using Samsung DeX. In case you're not aware of what Samsung DeX is, it's essentially a software or program, whatever you want to call it, that Samsung uses to kind of, you know, project the interface of a desktop, right? So you're using it, it feels like you're using a computer simply because it shifts things around and makes it look like a computer. Now, when it comes down to battery, it would last a minute. Very good battery, still 8,000 milliamp, same way as it was with the predecessor, but very good battery, even for power users, right? So you're definitely guaranteed to see an entire day. So the battery, the size that's in here, given the size of the tablet, is set to just fit perfectly. You would definitely be able to see a day out of it. Obviously, it will depend on your type of usage, right? If you use it more, obviously you see less, but if you use just the way it's intended to be used, you should be just fine. The bottom line is, if you are trying to run a small business, and I like to use that example because I have recommended this particular tablet and even the Tab S7 to people who run small businesses, and they are absolutely loving it, right? So if you're running a small business and you are looking for a powerful tablet to handle that, the S8, even the S7 would be able to handle that. So depending on your budget, if you have the budget for it, I say go for the S8 simply because it offers, you know, an even longer support. You know, for the newer generation of tablets that came out, they're supported by Samsung, by the manufacturer, at up to 5 years, and that's a very, very good thing and something very important to keep in mind if you're considering one of these. So anyway, so if you're a student, obviously this is it, right? This is the best tablet you can get in terms of Android tablet if you're a student. If you're a business owner, this guy will work. If you are a doctor, if you're trying to be a doctor, if you're in residency, medical school, whatever the case may be, if you're in medical school, you can squeeze a good 5 years of support off of this here. And even after the 5 years, of course, you can still hang on to your tablet and still be able to use it. Sure, it won't be as optimized, but just in case you're one of those people who hang on to their tablets for a while, you will still be able to do that. So this should really cover everyone. If you are looking for something that is what I would say the perfect size for most people, because it's not too big, it's not too small either. It's right in the middle, and only a small subset of people would want something that is much bigger than this. I remember a lot of people complaining about the size of the S8 Plus, or the S7 Plus, as a matter of fact, when it first came out, and of course, subsequently the S8 Plus. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble here. Let me know what any questions you may have in the comment section. I'm going to catch you in the comment section, and make sure to like, subscribe, of course. Make sure to check out the links I have in the comment section, right? Those should take you to, if you are in the market for one, they should take you to purchase one at the current best deals that Samsung may have. So make sure to check out those links. I'll catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video, and up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.